I've been creating YouTube content for over 10 years, but I've never had a chance to create a cat video. I've always wanted to do a cat video. They're just so cool. But today, I'm actually going to create a video that's all about cats.
Hey Jay, you're supposed to be covering the cat command, not making a cat video.
Oh, right. I guess that makes sense. This is a Linux YouTube channel, so why would I be creating a video about cats? Well, I guess we'll take a look at the cat command instead. Hello and welcome back to Learn Linux TV. Today's video is all about cats. Well, apparently it's about the cat command, but it's too late now. I've asked you guys to submit pictures of your feline friends into Learn Linux TV, and since you guys actually did send me pictures of your feline friends, well, I may as well show them off in this video. So either way, this actually is a cat-themed video. Now, the cat command itself is one of the more simpler commands on the Linux command line, so I suppose showing you guys pictures of cats is probably going to make this a lot more fun, because otherwise the cat command isn't really all that exciting. In fact, it's actually pretty easy to learn. So what is the cat command, you might ask? Well, actually, the cat command stands for concatenate, and you could use it to concatenate or link files together, or more simply, just show the contents of a text file and have the contents shown on your Linux terminal. And actually, that's the most common use case that I see in the industry. But before we get into that, I just need to take a moment to mention the sponsor for today's video, and actually this entire series, Linode. And Linode is awesome. Sure, it may not purr and make cute noises, but at least you don't have to worry about it knocking things off your coffee table. But Linode is definitely completely awesome technology, or CAT for short. See, if anyone was going to be able to tie an ad for Linode into the cat theme of this video, it was probably going to be me. Anyway, Linode is a cloud server provider, but not just any cloud provider. They're completely focused on Linux. You can get started with Linode by utilizing the URL that you see on the screen right now, and that URL will get you $100 in credit towards your new account. And that credit is good for up to 60 days. And considering that they have Linux instances available on their platform that start at just $5 a month, then that means you're not going to have to dip into your budget for cat toys in order to spin up a Linux server. And you could use their platform for anything you could think of. For example, you can create a blog that's all about your feline companion, sync your cat photos to a Nextcloud instance, or maybe even set up a Minecraft server, which apparently has cat mobs now. And best of all, their dashboard is easy to use, so you can spend less time learning how to deploy something and spend more time with your cat. And you could have your very own Linux server up and running in less time than it takes your cat to wake you up at 4 in the morning to let you know that it's hungry. Thank you so much to Linode yet again for sponsoring this video, as they've done for many others on this channel. I really appreciate it. And now with that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into the cat command. So like I mentioned during the intro, the primary purpose for the cat command is to enable you to concatenate files. But in practice, it's most often used to simply show the contents of files. So what I've done is I've created a few test files. So as you can see, I have test file 1 as well as test file 2. So to show the contents of one of those files, I can simply use the cat command. So I'll type cat, and then I'll type one of the file names. And inside that text file, we have a quote. In fact, that's what I have in both of those files. A random quote about cats. And there's the other one. So the basic usage is literally that simple. Of course, the cat command isn't the only command that you can use to show the contents of a file, but it definitely gets the job done. But considering that the cat command is short for concatenate, I'd be remiss if I didn't actually show you how to concatenate files with the cat command. And actually, that's very easy to do. You can simply type cat, and then just like before, I'll type the name of the first file. And then right after this, I'll type the name of the second file. And when I press enter, we'll see that the output of both of those files was combined into one output. Basically, the files were concatenated. And again, this is the command right here that I used to concatenate those two files. All I had to do was type the cat command, then I gave it the file names of each of those two test files that I've created. Now, it's very common when it comes to the cat command in practice to see it used to create new files based on the contents of other files. And to show you an example of that, all I would have to do is just add something to the end of this command right here. So I could just use the greater than symbol. And with that, I could create a brand new file that includes the contents of both of the test files that I've used in the previous example. So as you can see here, the contents of the combined.txt text file actually includes the contents of both of the test files that you saw earlier. So let's go ahead and see another example. Just like before, what I'll do is cat out the contents of the combined file. So what I'll do this time around is add the -n option. And what that's going to do for us is it's going to show us line numbers. So if you wanted to see line numbers for whatever reason, well, here you go. That's how you do it. Now, since it's very common to see the cat command used as part of a command chain when you're chaining different commands together, let's see an example of that. So what I'll do again is use it against the combined file. But this time, I'm going to chain the command into the grep command. And what I'll have the grep command search for is cats. Obviously, both of those lines are going to show up, and we might not immediately see where the match is. So what I'll do is actually add the -- color option, just like that. And as you can see, that makes it extremely obvious where the match was in the output. It actually colorizes the match within the output. So in summary, what I did with this variation of the cat command is I used the cat command to print the contents of the combined file, but instead of letting it display the contents on the screen, I instead piped the command into the grep command, which you can use to search for things within output or even text files by themselves. But I also used the -- color option, as you just saw, to make the match very obvious. Now, as fun as cat examples happen to be, let's go ahead and see a real example that actually pertains to Linux administration. Perhaps you might want to check the config file for the SSH daemon to find out which port it's configured to listen on. So to tie that into this example today where we're talking about the cat command, what I could do is cat out the entire contents of that particular file. So if you didn't already know, the SSH config file for the SSH daemon is located at /etc/ssh, and then the file name is going to be sshd_config. And if I press enter right now, it's just going to show me the entire file. But what if I want to instead search for a very specific configuration? Well, you already saw how to do that. We basically just chain the command into the grep command, for example. And in my case, what I want to do is search for the word port. But to make this even better, I'll just go ahead and add the -- color option as well. It's actually one of my favorite options when it comes to grep. And when I press enter, we can see immediately that this particular server is actually using port 2222 for the SSH service. And we have another line that shows up in the output as well. But it's a lot better to see two lines than however many is actually in the SSH config file. And by the way, how many lines does the default SSH config file have on this server in particular? Well, for that, what we could do is chain the cat command into the wc-l command, which is another example of using cat with another command. And as you can see here, there's 123 lines within that file. So there you go. This was a very simple video because the cat command is also really simple. Now there's going to be a few more options that you'll find in the man page for the cat command. I think what I've gone over just now is going to be the majority of what you'll use the cat command for. You'll probably use it most often to check out the contents of a text file or redirect a text file into something else. Now, if this video has helped you out in any way, then please consider clicking that like button. That helps YouTube understand that Linux needs more focus on the platform, and it also helps me out as well. Anyway, I have more perfect content where this came from, so definitely subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I'll see you in the next video.